welcome students to this course. This course is the final course entitled with Strategic Management, which is the advanced or the final course that can conclude the all MBA courses. It is called capstone course because it tries to touch every course that you have learned in your MBA courses, starting from research, management, marketing, HR, MIS. All those courses are somewhat concluded under this specific course, strategic management. So we'll be looking at the entire perspective of management from the strategic perspective, either we call it finance, HR, marketing, whatever have you. So let's start with the basic course contents of the course. We'll be dealing under chapter 1, overview of strategic management. You have strategic model, the strategic management model process, the strategic model, and formulation of a strategy. How you can formulate a strategy will be focus of chapter 3. You have strategies in action, how you can make it in action. And chapter 5 is about strategy analysis and choice. Strategy analysis and choice. Which strategy should be followed or adopted. That requires analysis, and then you select the best alternative strategies that can reflect your specific company context. And you have chapter 6, which will be dealing with implementing strategies. Once you have identified the specific strategy, then which strategy to be applied in terms of operational management issues will be discussed in chapter 6. Chapter 7 is still it is about implementing strategies, but more specific we'll be looking at HR, marketing, research and development, or R&D. Finally, we'll discuss about strategy review, evaluation and control. That is the basic elements to be discussed in this course. So let's go ahead to the first chapter, the nature of strategic management. Let's define what strategy and then strategic management in general from specific to the broader perspective. I think you are familiar with what a strategy. Strategy is by far common in the military operation. So the word strategy came out from the Greek word strategia. So what was happening and what is effective in military strategies will be the same thing in business, because in business you have a lot of competitors. You have challenges. How you can win competitors is almost another kind of war. So how you can beat your competitors and what is your reactions for every strategy or action that your competitors made up requires a strategy concept. So a strategy seeks to relate the goals of the organization, the entire organization, into realistic. So strategy always transforms objectives, missions, goals of the company into reality. So it is a bridge that can connect the grand objectives, the grand strategy of the company into reality. So this is the various definitions you can see. Strategy is long range in terms. It is long range. You are not going to develop a strategy for a day-to-day operation. A strategy is a grand design or overall plan which can organize choose in order to move or act towards state of objectives by using your resources. So it is an idea, it is a plan, it's an action taken by people to successfully implement their goals. So you have these definitions which I have already defined before. Michael Porter, the father of the 5 forces model, defined strategy as creation of a unique and valid proposition. What are the unique competitive advantages of a company? How you can win and sell them so that it can make you competitive. That is another definition for Michael Porter. So top management is what? Concerned with designing or setting a strategy, and it will be implemented by lower level managers, this strategy. So in general, strategy management is then an art that requires creativity to select or to develop a strategy, and a science as well that requires scientific methods in formulating, implementing and evaluating cross-functional decisions, departmental decisions that will enable the organization to achieve its grand objectives. So you take the company ground goals, objectives into reality. That is what we call strategic management is. So you have strategic management achieves the firm's success through integration. Management, finance, research, marketing, operation, and MIS. These all are going to be integrated under grand objectives. So each department will set their own strategy to make them operational. So strategic management is defined as the process of specifying the organization's objectives, what must be organizational objectives, and then developing policies that will guide managers to make a decision and plans to achieve these objectives, allocating the responsible resources that can achieve the organizational objectives. So strategic management is done at a higher level. So where are we now and where we want to go will answer a strategy. So how will we get there? Without strategy, the organization like a ship without any rudder. That is how we can see that. So strategic management with what? A strategic plan. Some books call it strategic plan, some books strategic management. They are of the same term. So here is the process. You formulate a strategy based on what? The different environments of the political, the economic, social, culture. These all will be first diagnosed, and you formulate a strategy and you implement them. After implementation, you evaluate it. This is the strategic management process. So strategic formulation involves what? Developing a vision and mission that can line up with overall, and you diagnose the external opportunities. You determine the company's strengths, weakness. In short, you analyze the SWOT analysis, strengths, weakness, opportunity, and threats. By scanning or by analyzing SWOT analysis, you set or you formulate a strategy. Before that, you generate different alternative strategies and you set a specific alternative strategy that can line up with your SWOT analysis. So strategy formulation includes deciding what new business to enter, what new product to be produced, how you can expand your operation. This all must be considered. A strategy implementation. So you implement your strategy based on the annual objectives, device policies, motivating policies. These are the different implementation strategies. So I think you can read some of these from your PowerPoints as well. You have finally strategy evaluation. So three fundamental strategy evaluation activities are required. You review the external environment, the internal factors, you measure performance, the strategy plan you have, the performance you have. You do what? You compare what you plan in advance and what is actually achieved. By comparing the two, you take a corrective action. If your performance is better than what you have planned, that's very good, and you go for, you design another plan that can have better. If your performance is by far lesser than what you have planned, then another strategy needs to be designed by taking corrective actions. So this is the basic evaluation criteria. I think you can answer this. Does strategic management more of science or art? I think which comes, art or science? Maybe you might read this and exercise yourself. Do you argue vision statements may not achieve time frame? Is vision must be in a time frame? There's a very debatable. We'll discuss that in chapter 2. So this is what we have seen in chapter 1. Chapter 1 and chapter 2 are much similar. So we'll look at directly to chapter 2 in the next session. I thank you very much.